From the heart of the Son, I am come into your midst this day with a specific purpose at hand. I come to break the tyranny of the human consciousness, of self-love and dual vision. I come to quicken the all-seeing eye of God in the foreheads of all mankind, that they might return to the Edenic consciousness that comes forth from the tree of life, the 12 manner of fruit thereof, being the virtues of the 12 hierarchies of the Son and the 12 Elohim. Children of the Most High God, except ye behold him with perfect vision, with singleness of purpose, your cause shall waver, and it shall not come to pass, that it shall be fulfilled. Therefore I come to restore sight to those who are blinded by the passions of the senses and by their own selfishness, empowered this day by the Almighty and the hierarchies in command. I present my body, consciousness, a living sacrifice, and I draw into my being all that the lords of karma have decreed should be allowed of mankind's karma, of human selfishness and misuse of the sacred fire. And as I draw that substance into myself for supreme transmutation, I release into the earth the momentum of God power, of God vision to the earth this day. And I seal it in the third eye, consciousness of mankind. And those who do not aspire to that vision shall have that power implanted in them as a divine seed that shall lie dormant until the day of their awakening, until the day when they arise from their beds, their restless beds of nightmarish astral substance, until they arise and say, O God, I would know thee as thou art. I would return to thy wholeness, thy whole eye vision. And at that moment the seed shall burst forth, the light shall expand, and they shall know the state of consciousness that they knew before the fall from grace. This you may have this day, if you will it so. But be careful not to burst the seed until you also are prepared to make your own body consciousness a living sacrifice, to take upon you the yoke, the karma of the world, to be a Christ bearer, a Christopher in service. Realize the responsibility then of the release of the atom of the substance that I bring. For the power of Almighty God is upon you, and it must not be misused. With it you may hold the balance for the planet, and you may work out the sins of the world upon your consciousness, as Jesus did, and so many avatars who have gone before and come after him. It is the light bearers who hold the balance for the planet in times of chemicalization, when the light descends and turmoil is created because mankind are steeped in wickedness and in density. And so they rebel, and they are not able to deal with that light They cannot absorb it because they are saturated with darkness. That is the time of intense chemicalization, and unless there be those among you who can hold to the vision of God, to the perception of the Most High, and keep the flame, then utter chaos ensues in the elemental kingdom as well as in the human kingdom. This seed I have implanted in your third eye, then, is for the healing of the nations, and you will not know how to use it or its power unless you first transmute your own selfishness and self-esteem. What is selfishness, beloved hearts? It is attachment to the person, to the ego, to its history, to its likes and dislikes. And therefore the answer lies in non-attachment, in desirelessness. Take your cloaks, your consciousness of the human, your two-eyed vision. Take it from you this hour. Put it aside. That is how you put aside selfishness. Do not act out of sympathy for your wants and the desires of the little self. Act out of compassion for the soul that yearns to breathe free. Act out of compassion for the God within you. Set the God free. Set the Christ free within you. Release into the fire now all momentums of personal attachment. Be neither attached to your own human self or to the human selves of others, and you will know a freedom, a dominion, and a power that can come to you in no other way. This is the price you must pay for the use of this seed atom. And it shall remain until you are ready to use that power on behalf of the earth. By the authority of the solar lords and the lords of karma, I have come this day. And now the action of the macrocosmic-microcosmic exchange has been fulfilled in my body consciousness. And I have absorbed that substance and released unto the earth a momentum of light and power, which, if properly used, can be the key to the golden age. The seven mighty Elohim who serve in the outermost parts of creation as electrodes for the five Elohim within the heart of the sun. Join me in this endeavor to sponsor mankind in the final hour of victory. We shall do all in our power. We shall walk with you every step of the way. It is up to you. I carry a flaming sword of the emerald ray, like unto the sword that was placed eastward in Eden to keep the way of the tree of life. This is the sword that you may also invoke, and my legions shall place it before the third eye to protect the coming and the going of the thoughts of God's consciousness as they spiral into your mind, are adorned by your love and sent back to Him. See that you do not descend, for it is more difficult to rise from the pit than to remain at the heights of the mountain top. Do not go down into the valleys of the world or be tempted by its follies, its astral allure. It holds nothing, no promise whatsoever, but only desolation, decay, and death. How strange that the forces of night make death so glamorous as to intrigue millions in the maya of the human consciousness. And they toil in their death-making, and they know not that they are dying, they know not that they are already dead. So goes the world, and if you would build a brighter tomorrow, you must go against the tide of the world. Do you think that is easy? It is only difficult if you regard it as a human task, if you regard it as a sacrifice. But with the whole eye vision of God, seeing yourself as the Christ, what is that to thee? There is no pull. There is nothing there. The world holds nothing for you, and therefore you rise, and you go against the entire tide of human creation. And it is almost effortless because you are buoyed up by the legions of light, the entire hosts of heaven, the victorious ones who have gone before. Their momentum is your momentum. You walk upon the water, and you are not drawn down by it. You do not sink beneath the waves because you have been taught the mastery of the water element. You raise your right hand and say, "Peace be still in the name of the Christ. Peace be still in the name of the Christ. Peace be still in the name of the Christ." And the elements obey, and you may form whatever pattern of God design you so desire within the wave, within the heart of the earth, within the fire, and you may draw it upon the continents of the air, for you have become a master of the elements and a master of cycles. All power in heaven and earth is given unto me this day, and I give it unto you. Remain tethered to the consciousness of the Elohim, and you will walk upon the clouds. Literally, you will not know what it is to feel the weight of your body and your feet touching the earth. Take dominion, precious hearts. God in you is greater than all the threats of self-annihilation and self-love. The God within the individual is the master of cosmos. Can you not then master this planet? Can you not then master your 4 lower bodies? Why do you tarry when you have the knowledge of the law? Why do you tarry, I say? The God of very gods looks down upon you, upon all the gifts that have been bestowed upon humanity. Why are you waiting for your victory? Why are you waiting to take dominion? Why are you fooled by the world? O precious hearts, know you not that demons lurk at every corner to outsmart your consciousness? Will you allow yourselves to be outwitted by those who have long since departed from the mind of God, who have no basic source of intelligence of the Christ mind as you do, those dim-witted, dull-witted ones who put out a foot in order that you would stumble upon your pathway? How long will you be fooled? When you have the vision, you have the Christ and the God in you. Go forth, I say. This day the Lord giveth unto thee the earth. Take it and rejoice, and command the God destiny to be fulfilled. Not in numbers, but in the majority of the Godhead is the victory won. And I say, if only this group would remain steadfast to the light for 1 year, you would find an entire reversing of the tide. Can you not make that vow before the Almighty? Have you not played long enough for thousands and thousands of years upon this blessed planet without even so much as uttering a word of gratitude? Can you not this day pledge this embodiment if only one embodiment to the light. You know there is time to play, there is time to work. Heaven is a playground, and if you safely arrive there, you will find that you have millions of years to do all the things that you would like to do, to learn all those instruments and subjects of human knowledge and divine knowledge. But now it is time to be up and doing, to be about the Lord's business, to put aside the trivia of the world, to look neither to the right nor to the left nor behind, to put aside family, friends as well as enemies, and to say, this day I am consecrating every erg of energy within my being in the service of the light, and I shall not be moved. I shall not turn back. I shall have my victory, and the planet shall have its victory. Such is the dedication of those who are now cosmic beings who have overcome the world. And this is the dedication and constancy of the emerald sword. I place that sword upon your heads now. If you will say within your heart how much dedication you would like to have as a momentum from my heart, the sword will convey it to you now. All that you ask for is your own to use. I give it to you freely. But if you misuse it, I must take back tenfold. Therefore, take care that you are not cast upon the shores of life, naked and bereft of God, because of your foundling in the consciousness of selfishness. Your vow must be a permanent one, and it must be made with absolute determination. You must not forget. You say in your present dedication, how could I forget my vow? But I tell you, such density is abroad in the world today, that sometimes those of you who live at sea level walk in human effluvia that is 1,000 feet over your head, astral effluvia that buries the cities of the world, and you are at the bottom of the pile. In order to make your God contact and to remember your vow, you must have a funnel of light, a pillar of fire around you reaching to the very skies, a tube of light so intense that you are not encroached upon by the substance of mankind. The astral levels are rising, precious hearts, and you require protection at every hour of the night and day. You require to make contact each time you must go forth into the world. I, Cyclopeia, bring to you this day the sternness, the urgency of the need of the hour, and I bring to you with that concept the all-power of God and the science that you require to implement your victory and to overcome the world. Yes, the task is Herculean, but Hercules is here to assist you, as are all the mighty Elohim. And you can find no reason that is justifiable to turn back, to hesitate, or to stray. All power in heaven and earth is given unto me, and I give it to whomsoever I will. Forget not the all-seeing eye, forget not your wholeness, for in your single-eyed vision is your victory. I thank you.